Let's go through this whole thing. There are 4 parts to it. They already provided you with a curve called fx, and the region that they want is looking at x is 1 to 5, and that area they call it as A. So can I just highlight for you, they are referring to this particular segment here. This is called A. They are going to split that to 5 vertical strips. That region A is split to 5 of them. So part A, they are looking for, can you state for me the value of h? So what is the h? H is referring to how long is each of this. This is your h. So what's h? I just state the value over here. So h will be the total length from 1 to 5 is 5 minus 1. And altogether, you have got 5 vertical strips. So you divide by 5, we get that to be 4/5. Okay, so each of this h is 4/5. And then they say, can you use a sketch? You're supposed to redraw something to show them that this summation is less than A. So it's not easy for you to understand a particular sum. If we don't understand it, can we write out all the terms and we try to observe? Okay, so part A, let me do it on the left-hand side. The h value is 4/5. Can I substitute that to my expression first? So n is 0 to 4. I have f1 plus. The n stays. Let's have h being replaced. And another 4/5. Now, before even expanding it out, you should be able to observe from what we have been doing over the last 2 weeks. This is therefore the width of the rectangle, which we also have it on the diagram is 4/5. Then this should represent the heights of the rectangle. But in order to know the exact numbers, let's write out a few terms. Let's substitute n is 0. So when n is 0, it's f1 times 4/5. When n is 1, it's 1 plus 4/5 times 4/5. And so on. Let's fill in to the very last one. The only reason why I'm writing out is so that we can see the widths and the heights better. Now let's redraw with a new diagram. They want us to provide a sketch as well. So can you help me draw in a graph below? The exact same one that appeared above. Okay, just help me draw in exactly the same graph first. So I go for something like this. And we have 1 to 5. The number of strips in between 1 to 5 is 5 strips. Can you draw and split it evenly out to 5 vertical strips? I would like to draw the rectangles that correspond to my current equation. Where is the first height? This is the width. What is the height? The first height is located at x is 1. So at x is 1, you should draw the rectangle such that your top left vertex touches the curve. This is the height. This is f1. And my rectangle will therefore look like this. Your rectangle, based on that equation, will be below the curve. This is the first rectangle, f1. Second rectangle, the height is f1 plus 4/5. This value here is 1 plus 4/5. Because each width is 4/5. So your rectangle therefore looks like this. And if I keep continuing the pattern, then you are really drawing all your rectangles to be below the graph. If we confirm, the last value there is also corresponding to this. This last value is 1 plus 4 times of 4/5. Okay, hence, we have actually shown, I provided a sketch and I have shown that the area of rectangles is really smaller than area of the graph. Okay, so this is done. This is a sketch we're supposed to apply. Okay, then let's go to B. What's the difference? I am looking for a similar expression, but I want the area to be a greater area. What will be the difference? Again, I need to trouble you to redraw the diagram one more time. Okay, although it's only 1 mark, you don't need the graph, but let's get the understanding correct. Can you help me draw in the same graph? We're going to draw in rectangles that will have a greater area. Okay, so again, 1 to 5. Help me split into 5 vertical strips in between. If I want an expression for the area that will be a greater area, how to draw the rectangles first? This time we visualize through the drawing before we give equation. Your rectangles must come up above the graph. So this is how the first rectangle will look like. I want rectangle's area to be greater than area under curve. So second rectangle, third, we just complete the diagram this way. What is the main difference with the diagram in blue versus the new one in red? The blue diagram, the first height was at x is 1. The new diagram, the first height is at 1 plus 4/5. This is the first height. With the x value to be at 1 plus 4/5, it's the top right point that touches the curve, not the top left. So your very last height, what is that last height? The last height is 1 plus 5 times of 4/5. It's different and it's shifted by 1 based on the blue diagram. Okay, so in order to give an expression, again, I write it out slowly. First height, 1 plus 4/5 times width 4/5. Second one, 1 plus 2 times of 4/5 times 4/5. So if I go all the way to the last one, it will be f1 plus 5 times of 4/5 times 4/5. And we write it out as a sum now. The change or the incrementing value is at the coefficient. That coefficient runs from 1, 2, and then we go all the way to 5. So your limits are now going to be n is 0. So n is 1 to 5. f1 plus 4/5 n times 4/5.